Of all the categories we've ranked, smartest assassin, deadliest, wisest, strongest, let's be honest, this is the one we've all been looking forward to. The video where we get to target a single assassin and just bully them. I love my fellow assassins, but we gotta keep their egos in check, and just be thankful we're only talking about assassins in this video. You're safe, demigods, for now. But everybody feel free to reminisce about some of the assassins' dumbest moments in this series. We might as well all be Templars today because some of these assassins have done some dumb stuff. Also, just a reminder, for these videos, I'm only talking about the protagonists and those who were actually assassins. Let's start with Altair. Honestly, Altair, I'm sorry we even have to talk about you in this discussion. Altair is obviously not the dumbest. He's easily one of the smartest. That doesn't mean he hasn't ever done dumb things before, though. He killed an innocent man in cold blood to start AC1. He ego challenged Robert de Sable when he easily could have stuck to the shadows and assassinated him. And he brought the Templars back to Masyaf Castle. Not his best day, admittedly, but obviously he gets much better as AC1 progresses, and especially in Revelations where he becomes a wise and powerful assassin. Again, Ezio, I'm sorry I even have to offend you with this. To my knowledge, Ezio hasn't really done many dumb things. Maybe at the beginning of AC2, where he was just constantly getting into fights and trouble. But I mean, that's before he's even an assassin. I don't think we can count that. I mean, storming the Vatican against an army of Templars and the Pope who wields a piece of Eden may sound like a really dumb idea, but Ezio don't care. Nobody gonna stop him. So yeah, obviously Ezio isn't the dumbest. Now, I think we all know Connor isn't the smartest assassin, but I wouldn't go as far as saying he's the dumbest. Again, some may consider facing down an entire army by yourself dumb, but to Connor, that's a nice evening stroll. I think because Connor is so strong and skilled, he doesn't really need a lot of these incredibly well thought out plans, although he does still have some. But just take the Battle of Bunker Hill, for example. He takes out the entire British fleet, then rushes right at the commander across the battlefield. Dumb? Nah, it's called being a badass. Now, Connor's grandfather certainly had his fair share of dumb moments. He's a pirate, it's kind of what they're known for, doing stupid things for glory and riches. Like, for example, killing an assassin, stealing his robes, and infiltrating a Templar estate, and getting in the middle of a world-threatening plot and conflict. Or maybe we're just the dumb ones and didn't see the genius in Edward's plans. I mean, if he didn't accidentally stumble upon a plot to control the world, who knows what would have happened. Edward did also leave his girl and his daughter, albeit unknowingly, to be a pirate for a few years, but who cares? Everyone knows privateering is more important than family, like what? Arno's an assassin driven by emotion. It can be powerful, but also a very dangerous thing. I mean, from pretty much everything we've ever seen, we know revenge never ends well. It definitely causes Arno to be brash and disobedient, killing targets without permission, hardly ever consulting the council, and literally walking a member of the enemy faction right into the top secret headquarters. Not your best idea, Arno. And it essentially caused Mirabeau's death. He also believed a random silversmith and went to assassinate the Templar Grand Master without first consulting the Creed, and ended up killing the one person who tried to warn de la Serre of the possible assassination attempt until, you know, Arno left it at his house to sneak into a party, and he put the guy who orchestrated the assassination into the new Grand Master position that Arno just vacated. Yeah, bad luck, I guess. I think Arno's love for Elise causes him to do some really dumb things as well, like letting Germain get away, or completely disregarding the Creed and breaking a couple tenets. Obviously, Arno learns and develops a lot, but he certainly has a few dumb moments. Evie Fry is obviously not the dumbest assassin. Her whole character is based on the idea of her being very book smart and good at creating and executing plans. Jacob Fry, however, oh boy. So with Jacob, he has a lot of dumb moments in Syndicate, and I mean a lot. He's extremely reckless, brash, arrogant. He's essentially made to be the polar opposite of Evie. She's the smart, collected assassin. He's the reckless and aggressive one. And sometimes it feels like this character solely exists to make jokes and bring comic relief. I do, however, think there's a little more to Jacob. He's clearly having troubles with fitting the mold of an assassin. He's not your traditional assassin like Evie per se. He's trying to find how and who he is in this world. It's part of the reason I think Maxwell Roth is such a cool villain in Syndicate. To Jacob, Roth is exactly how Jacob wants to be. He wants to just let loose with no responsibilities and create chaos. Only Jacob realizes the extremes Roth takes, to which allows him to find some balance between the chaos chaos and responsibility. I still think it's quite obvious Jacob does some really dumb stuff and often leaves Evie to clean up his messes, but there's definitely more to Jacob than just a reckless comic relief guy who's only there for the purpose of making a bad joke. It's safe to say he's not a great assassin, and all things considered, you can tell he doesn't really want to be one sometimes, as his personality just doesn't fit. He doesn't like the rules and responsibilities. He's an interesting character and has a little more depth than I think most people may realize, but he's still obviously not a good assassin. He's too reckless, disobedient, and irresponsible, so therefore, Jacob, I'm gonna crown you with the dumbest assassin, and you know what? I bet he wears that proudly. This kind of turned into a character analysis for a second, but I want to hear what you guys think down in the comments. What do you think about Jacob Frye? Who do you think the dumbest assassin is? And what are some of the dumbest things assassins in this series have done? I'm really curious what you all think. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and considered subscribing to the channel if you're new here. I make a lot of Assassin's Creed related content. Other than that though, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day, Assassins.